Be before Hodier family. We are back live. We are back live. Let me invite Baba back onto the live. Let me invite him back. Okay. Let me invite him on. Man, how was everybody's morning going? Hope everybody's doing well and in great spirits. Now I was saying that his computer, my goodness. Bob, if you are watching your computer, your camera is not on again. So maybe if you get back on with the cell phone, maybe that will bring your camera back on. It says that your camera is not on. It says that your camera, it says can't bring on your camera. You can't join the broadcast because you don't have your camera on. Okay. Yes, it says that your camera is not on, Baba. It says that your camera is not on. So, this is what we're going to do. This is what we're going to do. Man, please forgive us, family. Baba just had to remind me that Urugu's technology is incomplete. So this is why we're having this incomplete and this technical difficulty. But we're most definitely going to have this. Even if I have to call him on the cell phone and I can see you on the computer and on the phone. This is what he's saying. I can see you on the computer and on the phone. Of course, this is not believable because the phone, the computer, cameras both can't be off. Okay. I'll tell you what. I'm just finna call you, Baba. I'm just about to call you. Okay. That's how we're gonna deal with him. That's how we family, I'm just gonna call him right now. I'm just gonna call him right now. Let me call him. Let me put him on the speakerphone. That's how we're gonna do it, family. I'm just gonna call him. I've never had this situation happen before. Be before Hodier. Okay, let me see. Make sure that everybody can hear you. Yes, sir. I can hear you. Can you all hear? Can everybody hear? Please tell me if you can hear the conversation. Be before Hodier. Kwajo. Can you hear me, brother? Okay, we tuned in. Everybody can hear? Okay, the audio is good. The audio is good. You said barely, my brother? Okay, let me bring that a little closer. Shut the door, mama. Okay. Thank you. All right. Be before Hodier, Baba.
Be before Hodier, warrior. I appreciate all of the effort, all the energy you're putting into this. And of course, I'm glad to be here. But it's like I'm laughing out loud because of how stupid this superior technology is. And as I said to you, it can't be both the camera phone and the computer phone.
Right.
I've done courses on here, so we're not even going to worry about that.
That's why we're going to move forward. As Matulu said, we're going to keep pushing forward. So, man, we most definitely appreciate you taking time out of your day. First of all, we want to tell Mama Ya that we appreciate her for allowing you to come on here. Because we most definitely want to keep it in line and most definitely want to put our frontline elders in the front so that we can get your guidance and your direction. Because we don't want to just keep going in the course and direction that we have been going, which is crashing us straight into the trash can.
Absolutely. 100%. understand, and I appreciate that. Yeah, did you hear? Brother Saeed says to tell you, Gaddafi. Okay. Yes. Oh, and absolutely. You know, we appreciate. I don't. And I try to say it time and time again that even though we're elders in training, but we're doing our best, I think. But it would be all for naught if it was not for the warriors.
Yes.
And we look around and we see some of the strongest ever, and it's not a comparative competition with the ancestors, but things have become worse for us in terms of the depth of the mental side.
Yes.
So, and I've talked to other elders, and they agree that the ones who are walking this direction now are stronger in terms of potential than we are, because what you're up against is so much greater in terms of in your face than it was when we started along this road. So, we do appreciate the honor, we appreciate the respect, we appreciate the appreciation, but warriors often forget that they need to maybe pat themselves on the back for the work that they're doing, which can be difficult, I know, because people are so concerned about what isn't getting done. They see this, enormous problem, and often they feel like they're not really doing anything.
Right.
But just to be standing is a major statement in this point in time. So I guess all of that was to say that we appreciate the warriors enormously.
Yes, sir. As my brother Quadro says over and over again, that we most definitely, the line has been drawn in the sand previously, but we have to reestablish the line because it's getting blurred. So this is a stand that it not just me. I can't say that I'm spearheading anything. I'm just saying that I'm helping facilitate the line. We need to set the line and the standards back, and this is why I appreciate this work that you have done as far as the Iwa Warriors character, a message to the warriors, and a Safo, a warrior's guide to manhood, because those three books, in my opinion, are the foundation and the cornerstone to how we should be moving in this day in time.
and that's appreciated, and that's why they were written. I guess I would say this is not a correction, because the perception of what's going on could be confusing. But, the line has been there, if you will, since day one. The problem is not with the line. The problem is with the infusion of so much insanity and so much weakness. Right. The confusion over what it means to be conscious, which is essentially the word, in a way, has become a joke. Right. So, I don't even use conscious anymore. I say centered. So we know, and that's really why I wrote Iwa, because the rules, the guidelines, what we need to be doing has been there. Apparently, some of us have forgotten or just never knew. Right. The rules, the guidelines, all the rest of that has been there. We have quote-unquote conscious community, and there are, and I need to be careful about that, because I know a lot of good people everywhere. The main issue for me is that the folks who are serious about this, the folks who are uncompromising about this, because there are so many who are trying to create chaos on the front line, it appears that we've lost our way. Right. And we haven't lost our way. The problem, if I could say the solution in one, for at this particular point in time, the solution is the weeding out. The solution is the straining, the sifting of those who aren't clear from those who are clear. And if I may add along with that, those who are on their way to being clear, being shown what we're really about through the action. You know, we have a lot of good talking. We have a lot of conversation. I was thinking this morning when I got up about Hannibal Afrique, who is one of the most important warrior ancestors to me. If folks really knew about Hannibal Afrique, what folks think I do, he was doing 10, 20, 30 times as much, and not even raising his blood pressure or breathing hard. And he always said, don't talk to me about your theories. I really don't want to hear that conversation. I don't want to hear the argumentation. I don't want to hear the rest of this stuff. In addition to the fact that most of this stuff doesn't need to have a discussion on Facebook or any other social media. He says, show me the work. Show me the work that you are doing. And that's what a lot of us aren't doing. We are not doing the work. Now, if you're doing the work, of course, I would say you have a right to talk. You have a place to talk. But if you are working, then you're not going to have a lot of time to have a conversation. Okay, now we do have to have a conversation because, we need to be on record. We need to be able to see what each other is doing. We need to be able to give each other support. We need to be able to do all these other things that conversations do. But it's getting to the point where the conversation has taken over the movement. So people think that the revolution is a conversation.
Right.
We're constantly talking about the number of children who are being destroyed by the system. I constantly come across videos, which I tend never to watch the whole video, but I'm constantly coming across videos where I'm seeing children being destroyed, but I'm not seeing us create schools. I'm not seeing us creating after-school programs. I'm not seeing us taking the boys and the girls and teaching them what we know on the chessboard or on the map, anything like that. We're constantly talking about the problem, which, if I may say, is getting on my last nerve. But we're constantly talking about the problem, but we're not doing what's necessary within our power right now. You can't do more than what you have. I mean, you can't get frustrated because you don't have this skill, or you don't have that skill, or you can't do this, you can't do that. You take what you have now and you apply it. You apply it for the children. Selflessly apply it for the children. So that they will be better, stronger, more focused, more centered than you are. And that's, I think, a major part of what is missing in terms of our work. And I'm seeing other folks, and maybe this is just a time for me to complain a little bit, but I see folks who want to take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years to plan. Our children are being destroyed by the second. Not by the minute, but by the second. And we're taking time to plan. You do now. You apply yourself right now because time is gone. I mean, we're the underdogs. We can't sit up here and play with this and pretend like everything is fine. Or it can wait till, we get up to being able to do 100 push-ups a day, or until we've read this book or that book, or we've had a conversation with these 15 elders, or whatever it is that we feel that we need to do. We need to act now. That's like my message forever relative to this. Because if we don't act now, we're already behind, immeasurably behind. We're already the underdog, immeasurably the underdog. And when you know that you are at this level of a disadvantage,
right,
then you really don't have. What is the proverb that says two men or two people in a burning house don't stop to have a conversation?
Right.
You're not going to sit there and talk about how the fire got started, or how fast it's going, or the temperature of the fire. You go put the fire out. We're talking about the fire. And that leads to change. That's also allowing people whose whole mission or whole confusion is about the destruction of an African-centered movement. Whether they're doing it wittingly or not.
Right.
They are in here to create chaos, and the conversation is allowing them to do that. I really picked on that when I was in grad school, and I watched these Urugu at work. So when they would find an African, which was far and Baruti or between the University of Chicago. But when they found an African who disagreed or wasn't in line with them on any view, then they would talk an individual to a pulp. There would be so much conversation, so many arguments, blah, 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 and this person would begin to rethink what they already knew to be the truth. Because the conversation would just beat on them and beat on them and beat on them and beat on them. They know how to do that, just like they know how to write enough material so you begin to question, even though the material is based on a lie, they're going to continue to write so much material that you're going to begin to question whether you know what you're talking about or not. So we have people in our midst who want to continue to interject nonsense into the equation. And Enia told me years ago, she said, stop running around trying to put out all of these little fires because they're spending their time staying ahead of me starting fires. So I will become so distracted by the fires that they're starting that I'm not getting any work done. When Toni Morrison says, why are we wasting all of this time debating and arguing over what we already know to be the truth? We already know this to be the truth. We know that the public school system is destroying our children. We know that the school-to-prison pipeline is an actuality and is increasing in force. We know that Urugu has engineered, has in place genocidal plans to remove us from existence, either through absorption, where they steal the melanin, which will allow us to be in the sun, or just to remove us from existence so they don't have to worry about us being on their non-conscious. Okay, so it's to me as a elder in training, this is very frustrating, and it's frustrating to Enia also, but it's very frustrating to see the potential that exists within the warrior class that's being frustrated and distracted by things that are not going to make us sovereign. We can argue forever. We can debate, for ever. That's not to take away from what people are doing. We know that people are doing things. We can look around and go through a whole list. So my point of contention is with those who are claiming to be warriors and who are working on their character, who are trying to, improve, who are trying to be better, who are trying to follow in the footsteps of their ancestors. But it's almost like the me thing, the me generation, all the rest of that has is so much a part of this system. The need for attention is so much a part of their personality, the need to be heard, to be publicly heard. It's so much a part of attention that they're not actually applying this to benefit the community. Our ancestors said that wisdom, a person is only considered wise if they apply that wisdom to the benefit of the community. Otherwise, they're considered stupid. So the application is the major part of what we know that's not occurring.
Right.
We know this stuff. I've been looking at names of some of the folks who are up here, and I know that they're doing work. Okay, I know that they are doing work. I'm privy to that. Okay, but we have to make sure that we set the example, and those folks who are walking in this direction, that they get clear real quick. Not after 40 million conversations over a period of a year. No, that they get real quick to understand. If you're talking about being a warrior, that means you are a servant of the people. You're not here for the glory. You're not here for somebody to pat you on the back. You're not here for accolades. You're not here so that you can get something free from somebody. You're not here so folks can start calling your name and worshiping you so they can send you money. You're here because you're supposed to identify the problems that African people have, i.e. genocidal destruction, miseducation, diseducation. The list is long, and you're supposed to take your talents and apply them to the correction of that immediately. Not tomorrow, yesterday, when we need to apply this, and that is what Enia and I have attempted to do with all of our might. We don't sit and have a lot of conversations about what needs to be done. When Iowa was, when it reached the point where we needed Iowa to go to a high school that was one of ours, and there was not one available that had our politics in mind, there wasn't any conversations. I don't remember us talking about it at all. We just immediately, the only question for us was she going to be with her or with me? Was she going to be on campus with y'all on her days, or was she going to be with me? And then, of course, things opened up based upon that. But there wasn't a conversation.
Right.
We did not. I do not. Maybe she can correct me on this, but I don't remember us having a conversation about what needed to be done. We understood that the solution had to be applied. We knew what it couldn't be. We knew what it had to be. It was as simple as that. And that applies to me in every area of warrior activity. Every area of warrior activity. If we have sovereignty, if we have a deep sense of accountability, which is supposed to be the center of our vision. I hear that warrior training. If we have those things at our center, if nothing else is more important than the sovereignty of African people, which is why we're here. Okay, we're not here to play. That doesn't mean that we don't play. Sometimes, I get in the classroom with these students sometimes, and I just get straight up stupid silly. Okay, but no matter what goes on, the center of our focus is supposed to be on sovereignty. And at the base of that is a deep sense of accountability to those folks who are our community, our village. No one else. Like a zillion points. I don't play that. Everybody needs to be involved in the revolution. I don't play that. Family can disrespect you because you decide to be African. I'm not playing that game. I have to answer to my ancestors. I have to answer to those children, those ancestors who have yet to return. And they are much, much more important than anyone who wants to attempt to disrespect me or to attempt to stop us from doing our work. But we have to have a vision of sovereignty that overrides every other priority in our life. And in fact, it informs. The idea of sovereignty informs. I know that's a big vision and is, if you will, way in the future, blah, blah, blah. And to some people it seems impossible and impractical. But if you don't have that vision, if you don't have a dream, okay, if you don't have that star to shoot for, then you're wasting our time. Okay? And if that vision is not grounded in an actual sense and practice of accountability to African people that is greater than, well, I shouldn't say greater than because it's one and the same. Your sense of accountability to yourself. And that doesn't negate our individual selves to hold ourselves as accountable to our community. And I'm talking about to our center community. Because there's different responses that we do to African people who are not clear than to those who are clear. Just like there's a difference between elders and elders. We don't disrespect either, but how we relate to them and how we consider what they say is different.
Right.
If we don't have a clear understanding of what we mean by sovereignty, of what we are aspiring to, of what our vision is, then we're not heading in an African direction. We're not doing the actual work, because it's easy to waylay somebody. It's easy to knock somebody off balance if they don't know quite where they're going. If they're just running from something versus moving towards something. A lot of warriors on the front line, they're running away from something. They know it hurts. They know what's harmful to us. They know what's bad for us, but they don't have the necessarily a vision of where we're trying to go. They're just running from something, just like a person who bring their child to us, who's running from the public school system, who's running from the miseducation, but they have really no idea about where this child is supposed to go except for success. And in this reality, success is defined in ways that move us against being African.
Mm-hmm.
If the Warriors don't mind, I want to read a quick passage out of Message to the Warriors that is I'll say mine, but it's not mine. It's our definition of sovereignty. If I can say, name calling and all the rest of that. If Mama Marimba likes his definition, then I think that it should suffice for those of us who look to her for guidance.
Yeah. Okay. Let me make sure that everybody can hear this.
Okay. Sure.
Yes. Man, we appreciate you, Baba, but make sure because I want to make sure that everybody hears exactly what's going on right now. If you can hear, if you cannot hear, let me know. If you can't hear, let us know before Baba reads this, because I think that sometimes we get some technical difficulty even in the clear audio and visual. Okay, loud and clear. We loud and clear, Baba. So, yes.
Okay.
Okay, sound is fine.
To listen to this carefully. It's on page 17 in Message to the Warriors.
Okay.
And I begin this with the successful outcome of any nationalist movement. And we are a nationalist movement. We are about empowering, building, nation building, the African nation. I don't see us as anything but a nation. Europeans, Urugu is a nation. I don't care how many different countries there are, and we mistake them by calling those different countries nations. They are one people. They are one nation, just like we are one people. We are one nation, regardless of the level of confusion among the individuals involved. And so it says, the successful outcome of any nationalist movement is sovereignty for the people.
Mm-hmm.
Being sovereign means having absolute control over the life of the nation. Right now, as always, for African people, sovereignty is measured by how intelligently, independently, and powerfully we control our resources, story, culture, time, space, and destiny. Our resources, our story, our culture, our time, our space, and our resources, our destiny. We have to control all of those. It is to have the power within the nation to control our lives and to control it in our best interest, regardless of opposition from outside. Accordingly, being sovereign has to mean that there is no one beyond us who makes any decision about how we rule ourselves, how we live, what we believe, how we deal with enemies, whether aliens or traitors, and how we visualize our future and communicate and express that vision. It means that we are completely and consciously self-defining, self-determining, and self-empowered. And since no nation has ever risen to power and stayed there without holding their own traditions sacred, sovereignty necessarily means that we know, respect, protect, and extend in time through every coming generation who we are as a direct reflection of our ancestors. So that to me is the vision. We're pretty much nowhere near that now, as a people, and in fact, as far as I can see, for most conscious communities, we're not in control. As Professor Griffin would say, we're not running anything but our mouths. We have to move to the point where this is the guideline that we establish our activities based on, wherever we are at, whatever we know. I mean, I know some people who do not know how to read, who actually do not know how to read, never learned how to read, but they're clear on where we need to go. So it doesn't require reading a set of encyclopedias or every book that is on the reading list. Of course, that's good. That's nice. That helps us to fine-tune, to hone our reading, to hone our thinking, to hone our actions. But it doesn't require that. That's why I keep saying we need to act on what we know now. We're waiting. I have no idea what we're waiting on, but we're waiting. I guess we're waiting. We talk about folks who talk about a savior, and we're acting just like they're acting. We're critiquing them, but our children are looking at us saying, "Oh, well, you're just like the folks we're talking about." So they lose the respect. If our children see us doing the work, then they know to do the work. And if they don't do the work, of course, we can't make them do the work, but they won't have an excuse. They can't say, "I didn't know." So this definition of sovereignty to me is pretty much all encompassing in terms of how we need to think about this. And if you know how to think about this, then every decision that you make will be based upon this. Okay. Right now, I'm in the process of trying to complete a book on African-centered education. And when I started to write this book, the first question, of course, was, what is this supposed to be about? Is it supposed to be just like the story of Occupant Institute or the history of African-centered education or what? I decided, and I think rightfully so, Amy agrees, that this needs to be a book that talks about how people need to think about African-centered education. They don't need a curriculum. We didn't have a curriculum. They don't need a curriculum. They know how to think about it, so no matter what they have at their disposal, no matter how they approach this, no matter who the children are, no matter who the community is, they know how to teach from an African-centered perspective. If you have that, it doesn't make a difference what's at your disposal. It doesn't make a difference what kind of tools you have. It doesn't really make a difference who the children are. It can make a difference sometimes who the parents and the responsible adults are, because you don't want to spend your time trying to do this, and every day the children come back and you have to fight with them because everybody home is telling them that the truth is the opposite of what they learned here.
Right.
But if you have that vision in place, if you have that understanding in place, then your fear is gone, your confusion is gone, all that's gone. All of that's gone. It's like, okay, let's go. The tiredness goes. And what I found to be most interesting is that the people who want to talk about it all the time, but who don't really want to apply it, the people who are lazy. There's a lot of laziness in the conscious community. A lot. Okay? Those people will move away from you. The bad part is that there are more of them than there are of folks who are serious. So they come to be seen as the norm, and they can sit around and critique you while they're doing nothing because of the weakness. It's sort of like when Kemet transferred from powerful kings to weak kings. We're in a period of weak kings now, where they're the ones who are dominating the space. They're the ones who are dominating the scene. They're the ones who are dominating the airtime in our community. So you end up fighting a majority of laziness, of weakness, of punks. Okay, so it makes it appear, it can make the work more difficult. But you can look at it the other way too. They get away from you.
Right.
I've been saying for the last year, all of the women who are around us, they are extremely hardworking. These are serious sisters. All the brothers who are around us, they are serious. They're hardworking. And the ones who came and saw that we're working, the ones who came and saw that there was no question in the division, in our vision, they left. They couldn't take it. They said, "Oh, I thought that you were just talking to African stuff. I didn't know you were actually doing it." So you'll find that these people who there to work. They're there to play. They're there to have eternal conversation as we become destroyed. Okay, to me that's mind-boggling. You want to be comfortable dying. You want to be comfortable dying when you could live. You want to be comfortable being destroyed. You want to have a way of venting your anger without doing anything to correct it.
Mm.
You want to wallow, if you will, in your disempowered state. And to me, that's mind-boggling. Another piece of this, and interrupt me whenever you want to. Another piece of this is that when you sent me the first message on this, you said nation building and complementarity, which I think are extremely important priorities. And I've been talking about nation building, and that discussion should never end. That conversation should never end until we have that, until the nation is in place. We also have to look at complementarity. And I'm sorry, and I know some folks will not understand, but I don't understand single folks on the front line. I really do not, because I know of strong brothers and I know of strong sisters who need to be together. We are a people where everything is complementary. Mm. The reason why is one of the principles of my life. For our ancestors. We can't say that we're ancestors if we're not following them in every way possible. I don't care how much the past hurt has been. Folks who are together have had past hurts. We have to get over that because we're not as important as a nation. We're not as important as our children. They're more important than us. And we need to get over our little petty stuff. And that's not to say that some of this stuff isn't serious. But we need to work our way through that. Mm-hmm. We need to work our way through that, because if we can't, then it's over from the inside.
So Baba,
yes.
Speaking to what you just said, I was just reading, and I was reading in a message to the warriors, and on page 16, second paragraph, it says, "As a people, we need nationalism. It is our most formidable psychological weapon against our enemies." Now, just listen to what you just said as far as frontline warriors not having a complement. Now, could it be that they don't understand what nationhood is? Because we understand, help me if I'm seeing it wrong, that a nation is a group of families, all centered around one center and moving in one direction. I mean, I could be wrong, or is that?
Absolutely. No. You're absolutely correct. Mm-hmm. You have individuals who create complements, who create families, who create villages, communities, who create a nation collectively. Mm-hmm. That's the heart and soul of it. That's why Europeans have spent the last nearly 30 years trying to get the females to have babies.
Right.
They understand that without that, it doesn't exist. Now, they're not, of course, focused on family. They're not focused on that, but they know that image is important. That idea is important. This is us in our heart. And most of us have been socialized in this insanity. And that socialization makes us into extreme individualists, into extremely selfish individuals. And it's not like, bad people. This is part of the socialization process. You have to divest yourself, as Kamal Campbell says, de-recognize.
Yes.
Our mind.
Mm-hmm.
We have to move to the point where we understand what complementarity is about, what it means. There's so many aspects of this. One of the things that I really try to emphasize now is how complementarity strengthens the individuals involved. Europeans' goal is to break our spirit. Once you broke the spirit, then it's easy to destroy the body and everything else. That's what the prisons are about, to break the spirit. That's what the drugs are about, to break the spirit, because our spirit is so strong. They've been trying to break that for so long. That's been their primary goal, break the spirit. That's the end of the discussion. Mm-hmm. And how do you break the spirit? It's much easier to break the spirit when you have weakened individuals. In our tradition, struggle was at the center of everything. You weren't given anything just because you were there. You had to earn it. Your title, your resources, whatever it was, had to be earned. It wasn't given to you. You had to earn it, and you didn't see that as a problem. You didn't see that as some kind of drudgery where you had to work so hard doing something that you didn't want to do in order to earn something that would give you power over other people.
Mm-hmm.
We saw struggle as important, and we understood that sacrifice was at the heart of it. You see sacrifice all through the ODB file. You see that all of the writings is struggle, important, sacrifice. And there's a reason I saw that more. I've seen that more in the religious, if you will, writings of African people than anything else.
Mm.
And I don't know of anything in my almost 62 years. I don't know of anything that has been more difficult in my life. And I've done some stupid stuff and had to come back from some stuff that's to me unbelievable. That has been as difficult as marriage.
Mm.
Because marriage requires you to sacrifice things that otherwise you would never sacrifice for somebody else. And every time you sacrifice something, you become stronger. It's a struggle. That's just like, why do people go to church and talk about, putting stuff in the collection plate, tithes and offerings, stuff like that, because they expect a greater return from what they give. They expect to get something back. When people fast, they expect to get something back. When people go to the gym and go out in their backyard and start lifting weights and exercise, they expect to buff up. They expect a result from that. So we as nations have to understand that the most difficult sacrifice is the one that we're supposed to be running toward, not running away from. We're supposed to be running toward it at full speed because we know that when it gets finished with us, we're going to be stronger than the person who did not deal with that sacrifice.
Mm.
We also have to set this standard, this model. It's like for somebody to be married for 2 or 3 or 4 years in our community is like a miracle. People, get wide-eyed. Oh, wow, really? Oh, man, you guys have been married for a long time.
Right. I've heard that.
They don't have the standard. They don't have that model. The model is so important. I will talk from time to time about a study that a sister did here in Atlanta. She looked at a poor working class community of black folks, and she was, I don't know what in her research, but she was concerned about black children's aspirations relative to having children. So she went and surveyed a group. Most of them were middle school. There were also some high school black students in this community, male and female. And she said she was really pleased that all of them wanted to have children. She was even more pleased that they had given a great deal of thought to them being in a position where they could financially handle and were mature enough to handle the situation as adults before they had children. What dismayed her was that none of them wanted to get married.
Mm.
So she went back and resurveyed them, and the thing that she discovered, which makes perfect sense to me, is that none of them knew anyone who had been or was married in their community. So it wasn't a model for them to consider because they weren't aware of it.
Mm.
It wasn't part of their lives. There was no one who, maybe on TV, but that wasn't their reality.
Right.
So none of them wanted to get married because of that. Well, I would say because of that. I would say it's a major part of that.
Mm-hmm.
One of the primary warrior responsibilities is to set a model in all areas because we have people who are watching all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Children want power. They might not know anything about the nation building or sovereignty concept. And when you introduce it to them, it's amazing how they respond.
Mm.
But they don't know anything about these concepts, but they know study. They know to study people. They know a person who has power and someone who doesn't. They know as soon as you walk into the room. They see how you deal with stuff. They see how you're willing to challenge things that other people run from. Children are. We say our children are genius. Yes, they are.
Mm-hmm.
And so the warrior's responsibility to set a standard that is the model. Not that they're trying to show off or trying to be seen in a particular way. Their work demonstrates what they're about. And the children are watching, so it may cause a child to rethink. And right from another part of it, here at Alcaben over the years, we've heard so many children in the 3rd grade and the 4th grade saying, I'm not getting married. I don't want any children. I'm not getting married. You know, that young. And in most cases, what's around them is single. This has to be reversed. We can't approach this like this is the way it is. You know, we're going to have casualties in every war, but we shouldn't be the casualties. We shouldn't be part of casualties. We shouldn't use casualties as a rationale to accept a state of non-complementarianism.
You know,
we shouldn't be doing it.
Yeah, Baba. What do you think? What do you excuse me? What do you think about because I think I heard you mention that warriors in training are running from the fight instead of running towards the fight, and then you mentioned complementarity, and I've been married for 6 years. I'm blessed to have married that long, but I know that there's a constant fight, and I've heard this before that you know, we have become like cell phone users. As soon as the latest or greatest cell phone come out, we want to replace the one that is working perfectly fine and go and get a new one or get a new service. That's how we are approaching marriage. If this marriage is not, the internet is not working. Oh man, I got to replace this. I got to replace this wife or this husband and go and get one that I think the internet is a little stronger. How can we, as frontline, matter of fact, let me take that back. How can we, as warriors in training, get the message across to our peers and our children that if I'm mistaken, please help me or correct me, that marriage or family is the cornerstone of nationhood?
Okay, first, I will say don't say constant fight, and I used to say that myself. They constantly negotiate.
Okay.
That, you know, and of course that involves some loudness sometimes. But the terminology, of course, is important. This is. I'm not saying that to you like I've been doing this for a while. This is trying to find terms that better fit the needs of frontline warriors. So I would say constantly negotiating. And I don't look at that as just a euphemism to make it sound nicer. In the end, as these disputes or differences go away with time, then we see that it was a process of negotiation. Now, in terms of how do we make this clear, how do we make our children understand, etc., I'm going to say, again, and this is the hardest thing, you can't you can't make anybody African. I say that and understand, bear with me on that. You can't make anybody African. You can't make anybody understand. Oh, to be a perfect example, we say that you tell our children to do what we say, not what we do. And we know that our children do what we do. Same thing here. The best way, in my opinion, the best way to do that is to be the example. Because that's what they're going to see. You know, of course, if questions come up or lessons come up in that those teachable moments, then explain. They need to know that complementarity, the relationships aren't perfect because you're dealing with two different individuals who have brought up two different ways, you know, and who have different views on reality. And I don't mean two different ways, both of them could have been brought up in the center community, but they still have two different approaches to how things are to be done. and that those differences are not going away, and they're not supposed to go away, because if you were the same, then there wouldn't be any sacrifice. There wouldn't be a need for any sacrifice. There wouldn't be any struggle. Neither one of you would grow.
Mm-hmm.
Another aspect of complementarity in terms of delivering that word, because they do need thoughts along with it, and those thoughts need to come as couples. Oh, so much right now. I lost that thought. Well, anyway, they need to see that the couples operate as a powerful unit. They need to see that the power that complementary pair brings is stronger than those two individuals together. Okay? They need to see that works together, and that improves them, and that individuals become improved as a result of the other person. We need, and I can't stop using this word enough, we need examples. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so in you two's case, there are many people who are watching.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them, because they've been rubbing insanity, are hoping that it'll fall apart. Some of them, in their wisdom, hoping that it'll stay together forever. Those who don't know, and those who do hope it'll stay together forever, they're looking for the strength that comes from that. Because just as you individually contribute strength to the community, you as a couple bring strength to the community. And they need to see that this works. If you brought up in a reality of extreme individualism, where everything is discardable. I broke my toy in a world of discardables where everybody is spoiled.
Mm-hmm.
So if I throw this toy away because I don't feel like playing with it, or I get this toy today and I treat it like crap and I break it and I toss it in the trash can instead of trying to fix it, and somebody is immediately going to buy me another one, well, how do you expect me to deal with relationships? If this is how I've been brought up in this reality, in this disposable reality, this disposable world, which is trying to train me to be an extreme individualistic so it can use me anywhere it wants to. Well, we got to, and corporations and schools, how do they resolve problems among organized workers or among organized students? They start dealing with them individually, one at a time. So let's say you have 5 students at a college who are upset about a school policy. And they're standing outside the administration building waving their picket flag. What's the administration going to do? The administration is going to call those students in one at a time, and it's going to find holes and weaknesses in each one of those students, so it breaks them down one at a time to individuals, and then it can deal with individuals. It can't deal with them collectively.
Mm-hmm.
So we have a society that wants us to story and needs us as individuals, so it can do that so much easier. In a reality where everything is about me,
Mm-hmm.
the idea that marriage is slavery, like it's what is at the heart of Marxism.
Yes, sir.
The idea that marriage is slavery, that marriage takes away from you, that children take your money, and that's all the good food. There's just additional miles to eat, which the philosophers find in their caves. In that type of reality, I can't think of a better way to make it understood than to be the example.
Mm-hmm.
I would suggest that those people who are together in their spaces do one or two things, or do both. We have study groups. We have all kinds of stuff. We need to have groups where complements of like mind and potential complements of like mind can come together once a month, once a week if the time is there, but really time should be there for that. Once a month, and sit there and talk truth to each other. Based off the experience of those folks who have been together for 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 30 years. Talk about issues, talk about problems, strengthen each other, be support groups for each other, as well as having retreats and conferences where folks can get away and have these conversations. Otherwise, you're in your own individual homes, and it seems like the problems that you have are your problems alone.
Yes, sir.
Eni and I have been counseling folks for, I don't know, I guess 4, maybe 5 years or so. And the thing that stands out more than anything else is that folks come here and they feel like this is their problem. This is unique to them. And we have yet to find someone else did not come later with exactly the same problem. For all of them, virtually all of them, not all of them, but virtually all of them we've experienced. So, they're kind of, they look at you strange at first, and when you start laughing, not at them, but with them, because they don't understand, oh yeah, we went through that, 3, 4, 5, 10 years ago. So it's not like this is something tragic that's going to tear you apart. Here's how we work our way through it. Here's some things for you to consider. You can do that easier when there are groups of you who recognize each other, groups of you who can check each other, groups of you who can love each other, groups of you who can work together.
Baba.
I don't see, as you said, I don't see anything more valuable in the nation building process than complementarity. That's the heart and soul of it. Because if you don't have complements, if you're African, and you don't have, complements, then you're not reaching your anywhere near your full potential because you're not being challenged in a particular way.
Baba, a sister just made a comment. I think that she didn't hear it correctly, or she says that did I misunderstand? But does he think marriage is slavery? And I want to give you the chance to clarify that.
Oh, absolutely. No, that's not my philosophy at all. That's the opposite of my philosophy. That's Marxist philosophy. That's what you find a lot of the socialist organizations, because they follow Marxist theory. Marxism is the heart of all European socialism and communism, and the socialism and communism that you find African people trying to follow. They're not trying to follow communalism, which is what European socialism came out of, but it was their communism was an African socialism to fit their personality. No, I disagree 100%, 190, 1,000%, 2,000% that marriage is slavery.
So
I'm just saying that is the approach that many of us take because we're following Urugu's idea of what marriage is, and you see them pursuing that. In my book Complementarity, in fact, a little bit in the sex imperative, I talk about how they approach marriage and relationships, and how the laws and practices that they have been instituting fit that. So you have trial marriages among these people. You see, the divorce is the norm among them, and in fact, it's like if you haven't been divorced multiple times, what's wrong with you? Where you been?
Right. So, Baba, do you think us following that Marxism and that all these weirdo Europeans, that this is the reason? Like even in our I hate to use this term, but even in our revolutionary movements, us following this philosophy when it comes to marriage is the reason why a lot of our brothers and sisters or our frontline soldiers did not have compliments, is because that's the philosophy. And some of them are actually homosexual or lesbian. So do you think that was the reason that they're following that European Marxist weirdo philosophy?
Anything that they do, that concept of menticide that Bobby Wright talked about. Okay, so anything that they do, we are. That is not necessarily a hard question, but it's a long one that has to be answered. But yes, we do follow because we don't know ours. We don't know our traditions. They provide not only the framework out of which we operate, but the solutions to any problems that occur within that framework. So we necessarily follow them, and we follow the philosophies that they have created to solve the problems. And, tradition of marriage for the most part in their image. We have recreated that. So it's like we don't have the tradition of almost anymore of this is marriage is a coming together of families. We have been reduced to the point where we see it as a coming together of two individuals against the world. We
Wow.
don't. Yes. So a major part of the problem from homosexualization of African people to the separation of the man and the woman when it comes to the children, not just themselves, to the idea of how many children we should have, the idea of how we're supposed to disagree.
Just
the idea of yes.
no, I was gonna.
I know I'm being very.
No.
I know I'm being very.
I was just gonna speak on that. You know that whole what you just said as far as you know I've even looked at it in my confusion and my crazy days that when you look at a sister and she has 5 or 6 children, you're looking at her crazy like, man, why you have all them children? You know, and yeah.
Yes. Oh, absolutely, and that's sad. Because children are supposed to be our center.
Right.
Children are supposed to be what we're all about. They're this individualism where we have children who quote unquote don't have mamas or don't have babas. That's unheard of in our tradition. And it's like this is a 20-hour conversation because what has broken this apart? Extreme individualism, which has broken it apart. The individualism that makes people feel that children are an intrusion in their lives. The idea that children should be used as weapons. The idea that we should limit the number of children to 1 or 2 or 3. And that's to say, once we have thought about it, because Indiana only have 1 daughter, but at the time that we were moving in this direction, that was not, I'm not going to say it was not of interest to us, but there were other things that were priorities which should not have been priorities relative to children. Okay, and of course, we've learned from our mistakes, we try to pass that on to people. The notion that things are temporary, that progress is so much more important, that anything new is better than what is old. These major philosophical bases, the spoilage of our children, all of these things in their own way contribute to the destruction of the family in our community. So, and they affect us more than other people because of the anti-African nature of the society, seeing us as the enemy. Nathan Hare, I think it's Julie Hare also, but Nathan Hare wrote an article, Kalinga, even though my respect for him is as a person is non-existent, wrote an article which spoke to how much more divorce we have in our community than in the white community. And both made the point that it's not that we can't get along, it's more that racism, the pressure and stress from racism affects us to a greater extent than anybody else. And that stress makes it very difficult for us to handle problems which otherwise should be more easily solved. Now, if you put African people in a European society and raise them to be European, then the solutions that they seek are going to be European. Not just European, but the solutions that Europeans have designed for us. As I said, we don't become Europeans just because we start acting like, we become the European idea of what African people should be pretending to be European. We don't become European. If we were European, as Amos Wilson would say, we would be empowered.
Right.
We would be very different. We're not becoming Europeans. We're becoming the shadows of Europeans.
Right.
And I'm going to say this again. That's a very difficult, even though it's a simple question, that's a very difficult one to answer because there are so many variables that are contributing to our inability to stay together, to our inability to protect our own communities. Okay? A white person is safer in a black community than they are in a white community. We will defend them before they will defend them. Okay, so there are so many things that contribute to that. Okay, that have not gone anywhere, that have been, if you will, genetically encoded, that have to be broken and removed from our genes in order for us to be who we are. Right now, we are at the stage of recognizing, of realizing just how bad and damaging this is because we have tried the Negro's way.
Yes.
We have tried the Negro's way to succeed. We have tried the Negro's way to get along. We have tried all of that, and all of them have been found wanting. We have discovered finally that they are about the business of destroying our families. This is relatively new. The 60s and the 70s began really the discussion of that, and this has been going on since they first touched us. Okay, this has been going on a long time. So you're talking about 12 generations of enslavement, and then Jim Crow and all the rest of that that follow that, and only now are some of us realizing that this is an incompatible situation. We can't be African in this space. It's not possible for us to be African in this space. The only solution to this problem is sovereignty. Now, how sovereignty is gained and how it is maintained in the presence of people who want us destroyed, that's another discussion.
Yes.
So right now, we have to understand that we have to build, as individuals, we have to build the kind of complementarity that we need in order to create the kind of community that we need to move in that direction. We can't do that as individuals. I don't care how loud we are or how many books we write. If that's not connected to a community that is growing in an African direction, if that's not about creating safe, sacred spaces for our children where they can be African, not just pretend, not just wear the attire, not just say the pledges and the affirmations, but where they can actually be African and learn through practice what it means to treat each other as Africans and to be on guard because you are always at war with these people, these beings. Then it's not going to make a difference. And I'm serious. The way it's going now, if we don't get on the stick and start moving in the correct direction within the next 20, 30 years, that's as far as I'm concerned, that's going to be pretty much it for a long time if it happens again. What is happening on the continent, what is happening in Brazil, what is happening in this country, these folks are consolidating their power. That's part of the regentification. That's a consolidation. It's just not a relocation. It's not just because the resources can be better concentrated in the cities if they're all in the city. This is a consolidation of their power, like covered wagons. When the Europeans were invading this place and they were attacked by the indigenous people, they circled their wagons. They created forts. They're creating forts. And I know this is a little bit, no, it's not off subject. If we can see this through warriors' eyes, if we can see things like regentification through warriors' eyes, if we can see the prison system through warriors' eyes that require us to act, then we can reverse this process within the conscious community. Those individuals who are not about the business of sovereignty, those people who are walking around talking about their conscience, but who are about the business of being integrated into European society, then we can move forward. But as long as we're trying to straighten them out, as long as we're trying to still become a part of this insanity, please, folks, read Amos Wilson, as long as we are trying to become respected among people who only respect when it gains them a greater advantage over us.
Right.
And we're lost.
Mm-hmm.
How many times I said there's nothing in the universe that says African people can't be re-enslaved, and
Nothing.
that's what I see around us.
Mm-hmm.
That's exactly what I see around us.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, I still have people who will look at the front license plate on my car, which is Africa, right side up. And the white folks, they'll walk by. Let me say there's amazing number of crackers who are in this area now, who are at the Culver City Center down the street from us now.
Mm-hmm.
The crackers will walk by. Either they'll turn their heads away, turn their heads away fast enough to almost break their necks because they know what's probably behind it, or they will look at it and put on the questioning face, but then they'll see my face and know better than come to answer questions.
Mm-hmm.
That's very different than the black folks who will look at it and they will frown.
Mm-hmm. Could you
look at it like something is horribly wrong?
Could you explain it, because I know there's somebody on here that will probably listen to this or watch this that would not know anything of what you're talking about right now.
Okay.
I'm sure.
The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to tell folks the essay explaining that in detail is entitled Bearings. It's in my book, Your Reason. And in fact, that's my favorite essay in that book. But anyway, Europeans, and this is the short version, Europeans created a geography which placed them on top of the planet.
Mm-hmm.
In order to do that, they had to flip the world upside down. For our ancestors, south meant up. Okay, that's Jacob Carruthers, Jedi Shimsu Yehudi talked about that in a book entitled Essays in Ancient Egyptian Studies.
Mm.
And there's so much to explain with that, but the map that we look at now is upside down. Now the Europeans, in fact, this is about maybe 20 years old, Europeans are beginning to recognize that their lie was being busted. So they came out with all of these things like, well, what difference does it make? It's just a perspective whether you look at it this way or you look at it that way. No, the map that we're looking at now is upside down. There are multiple ways by which this is evident. Now, I'll make one more point on that, which can lead people. And again, I'm suggesting that you read the essay Bearing in my book, Your Reason. Mm-hmm.
And you can get that book from www.acobinhouse.com.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
If you take a map the way that they have us looking at it now, and you turn it upside down, there are a number of things you're going to notice. When you look at the equator, first thing you notice, most of the land is now below the equator. You will also notice if you look at the continents, and I explain this to the children this way, if you throw a roll of toilet paper up in the air, when it comes back down, what's leading the way? And they'll say, well, a roller has got a tail hanging out. I said, because just like a tear coming down your face, the heaviest part is at the bottom. The biggest part is at the bottom. I said, when you look at the map, when you look at the continents, you see that they're shaped like tears. So if we want to say that there's a universal gravity, and not only shaped like tears, but they're bottoming out on what we now call the North Pole. That's the direction that they're heading. That's where they're flattened at the South Pole, which is land. And I got into a discussion with a student about that. I said, well, if the world is round, then how come there's still land at the South Pole? And the North Pole doesn't have land, which is interesting. But how come there's still land at the South Pole? And I said, well, the planet itself, the shape of the Earth is not a sphere. It's an oblate spheroid, which means that it's sort of flattened at the top and flattened at the bottom. So just like on a hill, you might see dirt all on the side, you'll find grass at the top because it's got a place to stay. Erosion took the grass or the floor off the sides of it. So when you look at this map, if there's universal gravity, and I argue that there is, there's a reason why solar systems are pretty much plate-like. Planets don't just go whatever direction, whatever, what have you. They pretty much follow the same plate or plane around the sun, that star. Mm-hmm. Okay, you find that everywhere you look. So there's something in the universe that was put in place, whether you want to say spirit, whether you want to say creator, whether you want to say whatever you want to say, that made this logically work. That's one of the universal laws. So if that's the case, then there's an up and down in the universe. Mm. And that would mean that there's terms of whether North is up or South is up. Because they're in charge, they decided North is up, which allows them, Europe,
Yes.
North America, Canada, to be at the top of the world, which is a whole other discussion about their need to always be at the top. And we can look at that also in understanding that there's a reason why most of your presidents, most of your corporate heads, most of your salespeople in car dealerships are taller. That's why the desk in the office that you walk in with a person sitting behind it, you're going to be sitting at a chair that's going to make you lower than them, because height is very important. Hierarchy is very important in terms of domination and control in a society that is so focused on hierarchy, control, and domination that everything fits into that groove. So people who are nobody, who ride around in big SUVs, feel that they're better than somebody who's in, what do I drive? I drive a Volkswagen Jetta, who think that they're better because they're in a bigger, taller machine. That was the whole reason why they made Africa so small on the maps way back in the day when I was in school, as compared to Africa's real size on the planet, because size is very important to people's perspective. So who would want to come from a small place? I want to live in this big place. I mean, it's powerful. Power is equated with size. So that's just one of the turning that map upside down and just looking at it. Common sense. How does gravity work? Alfred Wegener, who was the guy who came up, the white guy that came up with the theory of continental drift, he had part of it right. And I'm not a geophysicist or any of the rest of that, but to me, most science is common sense. And when I look at this map, this is common sense. So his theory doesn't pan out in terms of what had to happen if there was at one time one land mass, Pangea, and one water mass, Appalachia. It's not logical in terms of how the continents would be moving from 250 million years ago to now. But as he was, and I bring that to the students, one of the reasons why I write what I write, and I include the things that I include when I write what I write, is because experience has taught me that certain things get people to think better. Okay, we need our warriors to think better. We don't need to tell people what to think, but we do need to be able to explain to them how thinking as an African feels, how it looks, so that they know when they are there or when they're far away from that. They need to be aware of that. And that's something that we find out as warriors, as we interact with people, as we read great minds, if you will, and we can pull from that what will work with those people who we know, and then we let them find their way if they want to find their way.
Baba, I know we're coming up on the time, and we appreciate your time. And I know that in the beginning we kind of got distracted or kind of got moved away from the whole technology of this European. But if anybody who's watching this could please just share this, invite others to tune in. We are on live right now with our he says it himself, our elder in training, Mwalimu K Baruti, who has most definitely given us some powerful essays and literature so that we can move forward and find our center. And Bob, if it's okay with you, I don't want to keep you on that much longer, but I want to, if those who are watching have just a few questions, we can get a few questions asked. If someone has a question and that they need to get asked, we can get a question asked so that we can most definitely allow you to continue the rest of your day. Okay, so if anybody has a question for our Baba, please type in your question and I will tell him the question, be it as though that he was not able to get on video, he was able to get on audio. I will relate a question. I appreciate everybody for tuning in and checking us out. We most definitely want to keep this this platform in this area going in this direction because we want to connect those who are serious with those who are serious. If you're not serious, this is probably not going to be a place for you to check this out. But it might inspire you to want to be serious. But so any of you who have questions, please type in your question. if anything else you want to just tackle, Baba, while the questions are coming in, and please please go ahead and do so. Okay, speaking on complementarity, don't you still have your complementarity event? I think it's coming up right next month.
Yes, no, it's coming up. Yes, we do. It's coming up June either 2nd or the 3rd. Let me look at this calendar real quick.
Mm-hmm.
We are, and we're excited about this year's. It's the 2nd, June the 2nd.
Okay.
Of this year, and we already have a location. It's going to be at the Sweet Spot here in Atlanta. We are extremely excited about this. We didn't do one last year because of my health issues.
Mm-hmm.
But we are very excited about this year, not because it indicates to us that it's not going to stop, but there are a number of other things that are involved with it. Archibald Institute next year will be in its 20th year, so things are. It's like at that stage of development.
Mm-hmm.
This year we're going to do something different. Before we would have panels of folks who've been married for 40 years, 50 years, 30 years, 20 years, maybe 10, maybe newlyweds. There will be different topics that they would address. This year, Edie and I are going to do lectures.
Okay.
I'm going to do a 2-hour lecture, which is going to include a half an hour of Q&A. Edie is going to do a 2-hour lecture, which is going to include a half an hour of Q&A. Then we're going to have breakout groups and maybe one of the activities.
Mm-hmm.
But even if for me, I've been working on this PowerPoint for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
So folks need to come just to see the PowerPoint. You know, I'm going to say I got to pat myself on the back for a minute here because I'm really, really proud of this PowerPoint that I put together for this event. And I expect us to have a lot of fun. I expect it to be packed.
Mm-hmm.
We constantly hear brothers can't find sisters, sisters can't find brothers. In fact, 2 nights ago, 2 brothers came by the house from New Jersey. One of them we married.
Mm.
The other one, we've known him as long as we've known this one. And he's got all of these qualities. He's taught and continues to teach our children. He knows martial arts. He's in Yoruba. And he's looking for somebody. It's not like, I'm not concerned. He's looking for somebody. And we tell these brothers and sisters all the time, come to the Complementarity Conference. That's why we started it. It's not just so us folks who've been married forever can sit and pat ourselves on the back and applaud.
Right.
It's so that folks who are serious can find each other.
Mm-hmm.
One of the problems I've seen over the years, so I'm going to really get on the brother's case because I'm a brother and therefore I can. The sisters are there. And
Yeah.
I know, because I know most of them, that they are quality sisters. Those sisters who are not quality don't hang around us.
Mm-hmm.
Now that has been contradicted maybe twice in 20 years.
Mm-hmm.
But the sisters who are not serious, they don't hang around us. They don't come to our events. The sisters who come to our events, they're serious. They're
Mm-hmm.
doing work. They're not, like I'm planning on doing this. No, they're actually doing the work. So the main ingredient that's missing is the brothers who are saying that they can't find a sister or work. Well, they're going to be there.
Mm-hmm.
June 2nd, here in Atlanta at the Sweet Spot.
Okay.
So come down and see what this community has to offer in terms of quality.
I most definitely will be sharing that flyer. I'm sure there's going to be a flyer. I'm going to be sharing that information. But we have two questions that came in. My brother Khalil Shabazz, peace. My brother Khalil Shabazz, he says, how do we build troubled youth into a Safo? Zena.
What kind of youth?
Zena. No. It's too loud, mama. He says, how do we build troubled youth into a Safo?
You have to Asafo conference in April. Eniel's reminded me to tell folks about the Asafo conference in April with Astral Crazy, Irritated Genie, and myself.
Oh,
Um,
yes.
yeah, that's going to be bad.
Yeah, bring them there.
I'm excited. I'm excited about that. What date is it on there? The 16th or the 13th or 14th?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That's of April?
That's April the 14th.
Okay.
April the 14th. Here, it's going to be held at the Shrine of the Black Madonna.
Okay.
I'm, of course, I'm excited about that.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, to answer the question, we have, I have to go a little long way to answer that. We discovered here at Akabet, first, Lila Africa, I got it here, whatever. Lila Africa said years ago, he said if you want to corrupt a classroom of good students, and he didn't mean saying like the other students are bad, but in a class of good students, you want to corrupt it, then you bring in a student who is disruptive and have a permissive teacher in that classroom. And pretty soon, because those other students are going to read that disruption as power, pretty soon everybody in there is going to be disruptive.
Mm-hmm.
We discovered here at Akabet, we had 1 year we had almost more disruptive students than we had constructive students.
Mm-hmm.
And that was the year that we broke our promise of not kicking students out. Since then, every year we may bring in 1 or 2 students who have issues, who want to work on it, but their parents also have to have the desire to have them improve. And they tend to be, they hate to use the word controlled, but controlled and guided by their classmates, who are the majority of the students in there. I would suggest two things here. First and foremost, you really seriously look at programs that have where you have 2 or 3 or 4 men who want to work with, I would say maybe 2 or 3 boys each in an organizational setting. That's a long discussion again because that requires a particular degree of organization. Now, I'm going to suggest, and I don't think you will mind, I would suggest that you reach out to Vernon Jackson. He's on Facebook. He's somebody who is doing that work. He's not the only one, but I like how he's doing what he's doing. Reach out to him online. Vernon, Vernon Jackson. Tell him I sent you. And see how he works out. He's written a very good short book called Blueprint for Black Youth Empowerment that I think is very important. But it's not as difficult as it sounds as long as you start small. Part of our problem is we want to solve the bigger problem. We want to, not necessarily to be seen, but we want to handle the big problem. You can't. The problem is too big. You'll be overwhelmed extremely quickly. And you will quit. You will quit or you will be broken down in such a way that you will never want to do that again. We had a brother here who is one of the most centered individuals that I know. He had he's restarted it now, but he had a rites of passage program for boys and his wife, and Indiana, another sister, they had a rites of passage for girls. But he started out 1 year, and he's extremely gung-ho. But the boys, some of the boys in the program, they were just there because it was something to do over that period of time. And the parents, those boys' parents, weren't really concerned about them becoming African or African-centered. They just wanted something on their resume, if you will, or something to get them turned into men, which isn't going to happen overnight. So he became so disgruntled after that year. And then afterward, what some of the boys did after the rites of passage program was over, that he stopped for a while. And the thing that we talked about more than anything else was the number of children involved and the commitment and politics of the parents involved. Just like if you start a school or homeschooling program, you can't fight the children and the parents at the same time. You can't. It's not gonna work. It doesn't make sense. The parents have to see the need for your program. If not, then if it's one, that's fine for me. My philosophy, and people, when there's only two of us, only me and my wife in this community, and I got this good job here, and I can't leave, blah blah blah. I said, wherever, as far as I'm concerned, I follow that biblical thing, saying that wherever there are two that are gathered in the name of the ancestors are there.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't think you need to have 10 people, 5 people willing to get started. You can start over with 1, 2, or 3. I've done lectures. Well, one in particular. I did a lecture where there was one person there. Me and this woman. She was old enough to be an aunt. And we asked her if she wanted to wait for some other people, and she said, no, let's go and get started. And we sat and had a very good conversation. So it's like we are so focused on quantity, which is not African. Africans focus on quality. So if you get started with one, and he's worth the time, you're gonna find enough, and you're gonna find quality there. But I really recommend that you talk to Brother Vernon Jackson.
Okay.
He's Florida. I forget what city he's in Florida, but I really like what he's doing.
Okay. But we got one more question. We got my sister Erica Buchanan. Appreciate you too, Baba, for answering that question. Erica Buchanan says, what are your thoughts on our people that continue to conform to European ways and does not want to or will not break away from them?
Move away.
Move away. Keep it moving.
Move away. Yeah, you will hear me say constantly, you cannot make anyone African.
Mm-hmm.
And if you try to fight people who want to be African, who think that you're crazy because you want to be African, then you're going to end up wearing yourself out trying to do that. Mm-hmm. One of Eni's favorite African proverbs is issue the warning, some will survive. And I think that should be a warrior's motto.
Mm.
If I see that you need some truth, one time, then I'm going to give you that truth in ways that I think that you can understand it. I'm not going to browbeat you, but I'm going to give it to you in a way that I think that you can understand. Mm-hmm. And I'm not. Now, if you are serious about being African, or you really want to learn, and you find some, and of course the test of that was to keep coming back and asking the same question over and over again in different ways, trying to get you to give a different answer. If you come back with questions that I can see that you gave this a serious thought, well, we can move forward another little step. We got to think about how long it took us to get to where we're at and where we came from in many cases.
Right.
But there are so many folks out here who do not know and do not want to know. Many of them understand that their job is to waste your time so that you actually can't get anything done. You got to move away. Focus on those individuals who want to know. Focus on those children who have the potential to know. Okay, when we get so scattered, our energy gets so scattered, nothing gets done. That's your Mugu strategy that has been in place, and we haven't been able to counter it because we are people who love people. We want to save people. We want to save our own people. These are our people. We want to save them, but too many of them do not want to be saved. Negroes, lost soul, follow power. So when we are organized, when we have moved into a situation of almost sovereign or sovereignty, then these Negroes and lost souls will suddenly come running over to us. Of course, we need to remember who they are, who they were. But that's what they respond to. And they don't see anything powerful in being African. Anything powerful in being African. So all we do is be the model and don't waste our time on people who do not know and do not want to know.
Right. Well, Baba, we most definitely want to keep in our time frame or the time allotment that you had allotted for this. It's unfortunate that we lost some time, but we most definitely want to appreciate your time and don't hold up your time. But we want to ask you. Hold on, baby. Hold on. We want to ask you if in the future you would be able to come back, and since we have the proper way that we can do this now, so that we can make better use of the time instead of trying to figure out how to do it. If you can come back so that we can touch on baby. It's okay. If you can come back when you can pencil it in.
Yes, absolutely. And we can talk about that. And one other thing I want to do is we have a couple of computer savvy guys who come by the house to see if we need anything.
Okay.
And maybe we can do a dry run one day to clear up whatever this mess is.
Oh, okay. That most definitely will work. Like always, family, we most definitely appreciate you too for tuning in, bearing with us for the technical European difficulties. We most definitely appreciate you. We appreciate your time because you could be doing anything else. And we appreciate our Baba for using his time to come and just share a few words with us. If there's not anything else, man, we would like to end it, and we most definitely want to keep in line with the time. So, with that being said, Abibi for Hodier, and we appreciate you. Okay.
Appreciate you all.
All right. Man, family. Woo! That was a lot to digest, I know. It was very unfortunate that we wasn't able to view Baba as he was speaking, but we got a chance to hear him. We wasn't gonna let the difficulty of the visual to defeat us, so we made it happen. But I just wanted to do this before I got off here is to, if you have not picked up Iwa, a warrior's character, if you have not picked up a Sappho, a warrior's guide to manhood, and if you have not picked up Message to the Warriors, man, by Mwalimu K. Baruti, please do so. Please support him, support his efforts, support. There's a few events that he has coming up. I'm gonna most definitely be someone who is pushing those events. The complementarity conference that he has coming up, the Asafo conference that they have coming up with himself and Irritated Genie, and I think he said Ashwa Kwesi. That's gonna be power pack right there. But you can also grab his books from www.akoben, that's AKOBEN house HOUSE.com. That's akobenhouse.com. He has a large body of works that you can go on, and you can, man, just tune in to his works. Support Akoben House Institute. He has his own school in the Atlanta area. Just be on the lookout for him. He said that him and his wife, Mama Ya, will be doing lecture series this year. So most definitely stay on the lookout. Be respectful of our elders, and most definitely listen to their wisdom, listen to their words, because they have been doing this way longer than us. They have way more insight. They have more. They are more centered and serious than most of us are. So we most definitely want to continue to listen to them and get our wisdom and our direction from them. But with that being said. He said he will come back, and we're going to work out the kinks. So, man, as always, man, we appreciate you. Peace, Black Power, and be before Hodier.